Concentrate, Brendan. What's the tent?
You all right, love?
What's the tent? Whoa!
Stop!
Look at the tent!
Go back, Mum!
I said whoa, not go. There's a big difference. A big difference, Brendan.
You can't always rely on others in a tight spot.
Give me the key. Get out of the car.
Introducing the 4-camera around view monitor. Now available on the Nissan X-Trail.
G'day and welcome to What's Up Down Under.
We've got a massive show for you this week. We're going kayaking, bike riding, bushwalking through a national park.
Dolphin watching.
And we'll make a huge pancake.
And we're staying in a holiday park with this at its back door.
Guess where we are?
We're not going to tell you. Not right now anyway. You'll have to stick around if you want to find out What's Up Down Under.
What's up down under?
Okay, we'll tell you where we are. This week, we're visiting South Durras, a beautiful beachside hamlet 15 kilometres north of Bateman's Bay on the New South Wales south coast. There's no town here, but that hasn't stopped holidaymakers from around the country visiting en masse. And soon, you'll understand why.
We're basing ourselves at Lakesea Park for the first leg of the trip. Lakesea Park so named because on one side there's a lake and on the other side there's a sea.
Duh. We're staying in a pretty nice cabin. Have you got other accommodation to suit other budgets?
We definitely have. We have basically a bed for every budget. So it's
That's
from
a big brag.
fundamental camping. So you can go from a basic tent right through to 4.5 star. They're 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Got all the latest inclusions. So, yeah,
And
great.
very, very kid-friendly.
Yeah, well, we try and do that because we focus well and truly on the family. And you've seen a lot of the children around the park today. If the kids are happy, the parents are happy.
Yeah.
And it makes for a wonderful holiday.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Somebody's going to have a wedding, I think, by the look of it.
Wedding? Frankie, how are you, mate? How are you?
What's your name?
I'm Garth.
Hey, Garth, how are you? This is your setup?
It is. It's not for a wedding, though, I can
It's
tell
not
you.
for a wedding. What is it for?
That's our camp. We're camping.
How many have you got?
Oh, about 14 or 15. We've been coming here for about 1,000 years now.
Any of the kids conceived down here, mate?
Be allowed to ask that question? Not for lack of trying.
Oh, that's the way.
Garth and his extended family have been camping here for 35 years and wouldn't swap his tent for all the tea in China. But if it's comfort or even luxury you're after, this is the place for you.
So I'm Frank.
Hi, I'm Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. Paul. Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Hi,
And
this is our daughter Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Oh, I think we bagged this room, Paul.
This one?
Yeah. Yay! Oh wow, how beautiful is this? It's all new.
Very
Modern.
So what do you think?
Love it.
Love it.
Beautiful.
This is great. Have you ever seen anything like this? I haven't seen anything like this in a caravan park.
Beyond my expectations.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's great.
Yeah, we love it.
Anyway, so get a cup of tea on and I'll have a paper, thanks.
Sure, I'll have a wine. Red.
Bob Carver runs the Lakesea Park. He says even with the economic downturn, families still need a holiday, and his place has a bed for every budget.
These days, our industry and most park operators have spent big dollars.
Yeah.
We've upgraded the parks, obviously to consumer demand.
So
So we're-
5-star.
Up to 5-star, yes. And so our industry is growing at the rate of 10% per annum, year on year.
Even with the financial crisis.
Yes, we're being basically recession-proof, which is great.
That's
Great for
amazing.
us as a park operator, yeah.
Lakesea Park is an absolute winner when it comes to kids. George has made plenty of friends, like young Angus here. And how's this for service with a smile?
Oh, thank you. Look, George, was that lime enough? Mummy gets first try. This place is surrounded by water. but it's Bob's special touches that make it a standout. Have you ever stayed somewhere where giant pancakes are on the menu?
You're right, Georgie. A growing girl. Wow, how's that?
Look at the size of it. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Now that's Daddy's.
And if you think the brand new kitchen is pretty impressive, guess what's next door?
They've got a really big cinema on site. It's great when it's too hot. You know, for the kids. Good for the kids.
The glorious beach is just a stone's throw from our cabins. How relaxing is this? Peaceful, isn't it? Well, the peace obviously didn't last very long, but it doesn't matter because there's piles of things to do. The park is surrounded by magnificent Murrumarang National Park. And what better way to take in this nature lover's paradise than on a bike?
Do you know what Murrumarang means?
What?
It's an Aboriginal word.
Yeah.
It means man looks foolish in bike helmet.
You got that right. Do you know what that's called?
No?
It's called Wasp Island.
Why do they call it that?
Well, because it looks like a wasp.
I get quite a buzz out of it.
So
Next up, it's time to beat the girls on the lake. Luckily, Carolyn Moray from Bay and Beyond is on hand for a kayaking lesson.
Okay, here we go. Let's go, let's race.
It's not a race, darling. We're just looking at the scenery.
It is a race, it is a race. Let's go. Go, Angus.
The lake is fantastic for beginners, and as you can see, family groups have a wonderful time, and it's a very safe environment as well.
Oh, it's
We do
terrific.
paddle up and down the coast as well, but this is a great spot for the family.
And your chances of falling in are pretty slim, really.
Pretty minimal.
You have to be a bit of an idiot.
I'll eat my hat if you can flip a double.
Ramming speed. Attack, attack.
Not sure if I'll regret that.
What a great way to explore the lake. And you heard what Carolyn said. Even beginners won't fall in.
See the fish, I can see the
No,
fish.
no, Angus, no, don't stand up in the kayak, mate. Don't stand. Oh.
well, that's just typical, isn't it?
Oh, look, my hat.
Back at Lakesea, one of the things you can't help noticing is the wildlife. It's not only humans who appreciate the relaxing atmosphere at this place.
What is it, Skip? The fire's ready for the meat. I know, Skip. Is he stuck down a mine shaft?
Don't go away, because when we come back, we visit the Booderee Botanic Gardens. And we're going to try some bush tucker and bush lollies. Yeah!
Many people today are enjoying manufactured homes for their holidays or retirement. Wherever you're enjoying your manufactured home, make sure you use MHIA because it's backed by Lloyd's of London.
Phil, if someone was to take out an insurance policy with you, with MHIA, say for their motorhome, their RV or their manufactured home, just how sure can they be that that policy, that coverage will always be there?
If they insure with MHIA, they can rest assured that they will be covered 100%. The reason being that MHIA is an underwriting agent, and we actually represent Lloyd's of London. Lloyd's have a representative in Australia, and in Australia that representative actually holds a security fund, so that in the event that our customer had insured their home or their caravan or their manufactured home with us, they can rest assured that in the worst case scenario that there will be money there to pay their claim.
So whatever happens, you'll be thankful you're insured with MHIA, the specialist in manufactured homes insurance.
About 100 kilometres north of South Durras is the magnificent Booderee National Park. This park is totally unique because it's managed by the local Wreck Bay Aboriginal community.
The 6,000-hectare oasis provided food and shelter to the local Indigenous people for hundreds of years. Now, each year, hundreds of thousands of visitors from around the globe come to see what all the fuss is about. And now it's our turn.
That's as pretty as you'd see anywhere, I think, in Australia and probably the world.
That is just beautiful, isn't it?
The only thing I've seen prettier than that was you this morning when you first woke up.
Yeah, I felt pretty then too.
Yeah.
Was I pretty then? Oh, thanks.
Booderee is Aboriginal for Bay of Plenty, and the park has a huge range of things to see and do. So it's a good idea to stay for a few days and use one of the many camping grounds as a base.
So I think this is the low-impact camping area in Booderee.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, it just means you have to bring all your stuff in, so you can't drive your car in. So no electricity, no DVD player, no radio.
What do you do at night time? Oh, I'd find something to do at night time.
And they also have only cold showers.
Oh.
Let's see what some of the other campers like about this place. Lorraine Bale bravely brought the in-laws along.
Yeah, Mum's just turned 70 and we brought Mum and Dad along this year and they just absolutely love it here.
Mm. So Lorraine, you're holidaying with the in-laws?
Yes, and it's been great. They've been a great help to
Give
us.
us a hug, darling. Come on, it'll all be over. That's a good girl. You're being very brave.
Thank you.
You're being very brave. Well done. Oh, well...
Would you like a glass of wine while you're here?
Well, Naomi, it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But, if you're having one, I will.
Right.
Are you having one?
Yes, I will.
Okay then. Well, very good. Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Yes. She's fitting in well to camping, isn't she?
Yes, very much so.
So how many years have you been married to Roger?
45 years.
And have you found anything out about Roger that you didn't know since you've been sleeping in these close quarters?
Well, he seems to be adapting well. I thought he wouldn't because he's a bit of a crotchety thing at times. But,
Is he?
Yeah, but he's adapting quite well at things, yes.
Oh,
yes.
good. Well, that little glass of red wine at 3
Yes,
o'clock in the
it
afternoon, that does
yes,
wonders, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Booderee is so family friendly, the place is literally jumping with kids, which is great for us when we travel with Georgia. The problem is, it looks like she's trying to take over our jobs.
So what's your favourite thing to do here? Definitely going swimming and surfing at the beaches. There's some great beaches around here and yeah, we spend most of our time down there, so that's good.
Well, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. And luckily, this pristine park has lots of different beaches to choose from. Today, we're off to stunning Caves Beach, a huge expanse of white sand against a backdrop of rock caves. Beautiful. But for some reason, Michelle wouldn't wait for me.
It's no surprise that Booderee has been named one of Australia's most outstanding protected areas. And it's also the only national park in the world which has its very own botanic garden.
The gardens were created as a frost-free annex of the Australian National Botanic Gardens. Their headquarters in Canberra were too cold for some species, so the organisation was allocated 80 hectares of land inside the park to grow their plants.
This is the first national park that has a botanic gardens in the middle of it.
And it's absolutely spectacular. You wouldn't think that you're walking through a botanic garden.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it too. You're walking through here and this is thousands and thousands of years old and there's a lot of heritage and culture established with this, not only this park but this gardens especially because this is a gathering place and our people have walked all around these areas just like I have.
And how does that make you feel when you walk through it? And when you come to work, do you think of it as a workplace or does it hold a sacred kind of feeling for you as well?
It's like coming home really. It's like I leave here of an afternoon or I go away on holidays or I go away elsewhere. It's just like coming home. There's nothing like it. I always yearn to come back here and it's something that is very close and I'm passionate about.
There's 3.7 kilometres of boardwalks and walking trails in the gardens, but it also boasts something else. It's a full-on food bowl as well.
Here we got Lamarindra. This is used to like to quench your thirst, and it's used for basket weaving as well. And it's good. It's part of our stable diet. So I'll just show you some of it. And you eat this white bit. You just chew on it. You want to have a go? Just chew on that little white bit. It's good for you.
What do you think? Is it as good as an icy pole?
Here's another one. Here's a sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
And this is equivalent to about 9 oranges.
This one leaf?
Yeah, but it's full of vitamin C. It's very good for you and it's a medicine.
What
if you want to try it, you just fold it up and you can chew on it. You can also get some of this stuff and just boil it. So you can boil it up into a tonic and you can just drink it. And it cleans out your whole entire intestines.
What?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Taste it, Georgia.
I feel better already.
Oh, come on, Bernie. You don't expect us to eat sap.
Oh, this is pretty good. It's one of our favourites here. It's a bush lolly and the kids will love it, trust me. And this is an acacia tree and it comes from this tree, all this stuff. And all you do is just eat it. So
Lolly, say the word lolly.
Eat that lolly.
For Bernie and the local Indigenous community, this place is their spiritual link to their ancestors. 3 generations of his family have worked here, and for him, it's a vital link to his culture and heritage.
It's very spiritual, this place here. Like, you're walking in my grandmother's country. I've had a lot of visions and dreams culturally and spiritually that have connected me to this, where I am today. And through that, you know, I've grown a great love and passion for my culture, and I've had it from day dot, but I just never realised that this was going to be somewhere where I wanted to work.
The park was discovered by European settlers in the late 1700s, and the Cape St George Lighthouse was built more than 50 years later. The only problem was, it was built in the wrong spot, and the number of shipwrecks along this stretch of rugged coastline skyrocketed. So the brains trust of the time decided that the ill-fated lighthouse had to come down.
It's great fun exploring the ruins of this historic maritime monument. Although I've got to say, it would have been a pretty isolated existence out here. Thank goodness for pioneers.
After the break, up close and personal with the Jervis Bay porpoises.
Isn't it Jarvis?
I think it's Jervis.
No, Jarvis.
I'm pretty sure it's Jervis.
What do the locals call it?
Oh, I don't know.
Quarter lock, left hand down.
You're fine. No, not you.
Left, right?
Yeah.
Right. You're going left.
Yeah.
You can't always rely on others in a tight spot.
I'm on the phone, babe.
Nah, mate. Should have gone right.
Introducing the 4-camera around view monitor. Now available on the Nissan X-Trail.
Huskisson is a quaint seaside town just a few minutes' drive from Booderee National Park. The main street has heaps of cafes and restaurants, and it's a great place to relax opposite the sea. Swimming and fishing are the norm here, but today we're in for a treat.
Wish to come aboard, sir?
Certainly, sir.
Come aboard, sir?
Certainly.
Brendan Alsbrook runs the Dolphin Wild Cruises, and today it's all aboard as we go in search of Jervis Bay bottlenoses. All up, there's 70 dolphins who call this place home, and fingers crossed we'll get to meet some of them.
Hey, aren't dolphins supposed to be the next most intelligent mammals after humans?
No, they're fourth, actually.
Are they?
It goes humans, teenagers, drummers, then dolphins, on a sliding scale down there. And then television viewers, I think, after that.
And after just a few minutes, we strike pay dirt.
They're racing, they're racing.
Look at him. I think that's Flipper. There's a man trapped down there.
Down the well.
We should follow them.
Yes, down the well.
The playful dolphins put on a show that's unforgettable. They swim right up to the boat.
They're really as interested in us as we are in them, and so because of that interaction, and they're such a natural creature, that it just makes it a fantastic thing to come out and experience. And also the good thing about it too is that it's not really that expensive to come and do this sort of thing. As that's one of the great things about my job is they're actually getting paid to make people happy. And you know, we have people that come on the boat and they've never seen dolphins in life. Some people are even in their late 40s and 50s and never actually experienced that close-upness with the dolphins.
Well, he says he's in the business of making people happy. And there's just one thing I'd really like to do before we return to shore.
And it's a very smooth ride out here. I couldn't have a steer, could I?
I don't know, Frank. I'll have to have a think about it and I'll get back to you and let you know.
Okay, mate. Thanks.
Well, I think Frank's in with a chance, because when I last looked, Brendan was letting Georgia have a drive. Then again, maybe not.
Pretty good, isn't it?
It's all right.
What's wrong?
George is getting to drive. He won't let me drive.
Poor Frank. I'm sure he'll get over it.
Have you skipped it on any other boats?
Yeah, mate, just one other one. It was the minnow.
Yeah, that's better. Only joking. It's smooth as silk out here.
The great thing about this cruise is that it operates year-round, because the dolphins come out to play every single day of the year.
It's not a bad office you got here, Skipper, is it?
Oh, mate, someone's got to do it, you know.
Do you ever get sick of it?
No, not at all. The great thing about being out in nature is that every day it's always different. We have different wind and sea conditions. The dolphins are always different. The whales are different. People are different. So it certainly beats being in an office, that's for sure.
And Skipper, is it Jervis Bay or Jarvis Bay?
It is actually Jarvis Bay, not Jervis Bay. So we had a parliamentary sitting, and it was decided the proper pronunciation was Jarvis Bay.
Don't go away because there's lots more after the break.
Some people are always on the lookout for treasure, and some are lucky enough to find it. The new Nova Treasure Caravan, an absolute masterpiece of Australian engineering and manufacturing that has to be seen to be believed. 3 models, all beautifully finished, that can have easy interior upgrades at prices that are really affordable. You won't have to dig too deep to find this treasure, the new Nova Treasure. Check out our website today.
What do you think of our new threads? Pretty groovy, eh? And that's because they're a brand that was inspired by values and family traditions more than 80 years ago. The Thomas Cook Boot and Clothing Company has developed into a national favourite, but its beginnings were much more humble.
So Murray, Thomas Cook is a name synonymous with clothing and the great outdoors. How long has the company been going?
Well, my grandfather started in the boot business in 1924. He was born in Western Australia, and he was brought up by the Salvation Army. They paid him his £10.
And he was the original Thomas Cook?
He was Thomas Cook. My father was Thomas Cook, and I'm Murray Thomas Cook. So, and my son is Andrew Thomas Cook. So yeah, the Salvation Army gave him £10 to catch the ship to Melbourne. He had a job that his brother had organised over here in the boot business. So he got over here and started making boots.
Thomas Cook employs 50 staff, and its nerve centre is here at Nunawading, east of Melbourne. Murray Cook has let us loose on the factory floor, and talk about a kid in a lolly shop.
A girl can never have too many shoes.
There are so many different styles, colours and cuts to choose from. Maybe we're better off getting advice from the experts.
I'm about to give you your greatest challenge because do you think you can make me look good in this stuff?
It's not a challenge for me.
You think so? You think it'll be easy?
It'll be very easy with our product.
Well, let's go and have a look what you got.
Frank, take these. You look wonderful out in the bush, mate.
Good on you, mate. Look forward to a long and happy association.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I absolutely give us a little hug. I love it. Bye.
Bye. For more information about this iconic brand, go to thomascook.com.au.
If you'd like to see any of this episode again or get any more information on the show, go to whatsupdownunder.com.au.
Well, we still don't know for sure whether it's Jervis Bay or Jarvis Bay.
But whatever you want to call it, what we call it is a great place to visit.
And we do know one other thing for sure, is that we'll be back next week. So we hope you can join us when once more we'll let you know
what's up Down Under.
Now you can enjoy more of Australia for a fraction of the cost with your What's Up Down Under Travel Saver card. It's the smarter way to travel. Save on restaurants, car hire, activities, tours and much, much more with your Travel Saver card. This is the only card you will need to save on your everyday lives and when next travelling around Australia. At only $49, you'll recover the cost of your card in no time. So buy online today and you'll also receive 12-month subscription to our What's Up Down Under magazine with bonus DVD. Get your Travel Saver card today and start saving.
We're here with Sven from Elco, and we're here to talk about the electronic stability control. And congratulations on such a revolutionary product. Where did it all start? Where did it come about?
Yeah, thank you first of all. It's a product that it's based around a product that was developed by our parent company in Germany for mechanical brakes. We then realised that this product would be ideal for the electric brakes because electric brakes really are very instantaneous in the way the brakes come on. And 2 and a bit years ago we started to experiment with some prototypes and realised that this was a fantastic product, and then we've gone through various stages of development and improvement, and here we are ready to go to market.
Tell me a little bit about this. I mean, it's obviously an amazing thing for caravans. Cars have had this kind of thing on them for a while, even though it's not mandatory. I mean, how important is this going to be for the industry?
If you're thinking about saving lives and you want to make it, a statement, this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
The system is just foolproof. It has the ability to think faster than you. It can control the caravan better than you can, and it's just so much easier. Everybody on the road gets into trouble sooner or later somehow.
Absolutely.
And I can see this being passed on to the transport industry as well without too much trouble.
How hard is it to put it on your caravan? On a new caravan it's very simple. It's pre-made, so it fits a certain model of caravan. And we supply it all complete, so it's plug and play. And it's bolted in place under the floor of the caravan, just behind the axle. And we think it will take about 15 minutes for the manufacturer to fit it. So it's a very simple process.
They do it on their production line?
They will do it on their production line just as a standard installation. Alternatively, it can be done offline, but then if you do it on a caravan, on an older caravan, then you have to start by measuring the weight and where it should go and do a little bit more work to it, and then you have to select the right model.
Well, I know we're coming up to the straight here and we've got the big chicane coming up. Do you reckon you could give us a little bit of carry going through there, mate?
I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Warren?
All right, now I'm really scared. Can you hear that engine? Oh, it's giving it a run. Okay, so I'm going to feel this kick in as we go through here. Yeah. Oh, holy, whoa, how's that? I had my heart in my mouth then. That was just incredible.
When you're coming up to something like that at 80 or 90 k's, you think, oh, holy shit, we're not going to make this.
Oh, this is too funny. That is just seriously too funny. So, I really appreciate you taking me out for a drive.
No, good on you, man. Oh, that's great fun. Great fun.
That really was great fun. What would you say to the general public about this product and what it's going to do for them?
Yes, I guess anyone that wants to go out and tow will probably start off by doing a training course or learning how to tow. But this will ultimately add that extra level of safety so that you know that you go out on the road, and even if you make a mistake or someone else makes a mistake around you, you've got something that will save you in that situation.
Nice. Thanks very much, man.
Okay, pleasure.
Concentrate, Brendan. What's the tent?
You all right, love?
What's the tent? Whoa!
Stop!
Look at the tent!
Go back, Mum!
I said, whoa, not go. There's a big difference. A big difference, Brendan.
You can't always rely on others in a tight spot.
Give me the key. Get out of the car.
Introducing the 4-camera around view monitor. Now available on the Nissan X-Trail.
Each month, What's Up Down Under are giving you the chance to win a What's Up Down Under Travel Saver card, including magazine subscription with bonus DVD. To enter, log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au/TV. So if you want to save heaps of money on restaurants, theme parks, attractions and accommodation as you travel around Australia, and get all the latest caravan and camping articles and reviews, as well as heaps of travel information with bonus DVD, then enter the draw today.
Some people are always on the lookout for treasure, and some are lucky enough to find it. The new Nova Treasure Caravan, an absolute masterpiece of Australian engineering and manufacturing that has to be seen to be believed. 3 models, all beautifully finished, that can have easy interior upgrades at prices that are really affordable. You won't have to dig too deep to find this treasure, the new Nova Treasure. Check out our website today.
is a tough bloke to follow. Unless you're in a Nissan Patrol. Shift the way you move.
On last week's show, I headed down to Warrnambool to fish the Hopkins River with good mate Mark Jerkovic. But towards the end of our session catching a few perch and bream, Mark Jerkovic put the idea in my head to maybe head down to Nelson to try my luck at catching my first mulloway, or as the locals call them, jewies.
Yeah, the Glenelg, not only is it a fantastic fishery, but there's a certain ambience about the place, and it's very, very quiet, and you get away from it all. There's the Nelson pubs, a great feed, and yeah, it's just something about going there. It's, you know, a chance to get away from the hustle and bustle of real life and have a good fishing trip.
The Glenelg River and the township of Nelson is a truly unique place. Heading about 45 minutes west from Portland, the river seems to emerge out of nowhere. And even though the highway is some 200 metres away from the pub, once you arrive, it's amazing. You feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. The river itself runs for a good 200-300 kilometres inland, but the main focus of this river is down near the mouth. That's where the Nelson pub is, and it's where all the action takes place. G'day, Gillian.
How are you, Bill?
Yeah, good. What's been happening?
Oh, not a lot. Fish have been going, but yeah, they have thinned off a little bit, but there's still quite a few catches happening.
Beautiful. So, vibes?
Yeah, vibes.
Oh, well, hopefully we can catch some this weekend. We thought we might grab the keys to the, where are we, the brick cottage?
The brick house behind, yeah.
Because we've got about a couple of hours to kill before tea. We might see if we can get one tonight.
Yeah, you should do. Last month the mulloway have been going mad.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So we might head off, but I thought before I left, you've still got the photo from the comp in May. Got
Absolutely.
The big brim.
Bragging rights.
Pride of place in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll stir you up a bit more about that later.
I'm sure you will.
No worries, we'll hit the water. I'll
See you
catch you
later. Good luck.
With an hour to go before dark, we probably should have just headed straight to the pub for a beer and a good meal, but I just couldn't resist getting out on the water and trying my luck and hoping that I might hook a mulloway before the day was out. The beauty of this short session is we didn't have to travel very far. We'd heard that the mulloway was schooled up not far from the boat ramp, so we headed some 300 metres downstream, threw out the live salmon, grabbed our Eco Gear VX45s, and hoped like hell we could hook that mulloway. What do you reckon, Jerker? Any chance?
Oh, should be a bonus fish tonight, Bill. You know, the morning's the time, but you just never know when you got your vibe in the water.
Exactly, and I better get my vibe in the water, but just before I do, this is what we're using. We've upscaled a little bit. We're using a VX45 in the bluegill colour. Apparently this is the colour that's been doing the damage on the Jews. So we're going to flick these out and hopefully, you never know, we might hook one on dark and we'll have a pretty happy dinner if we had a Jewy come on board.
Too right.
Let's get into it. But after an hour of casting those vibes for not even a brim, let alone a mulloway, the sun started to disappear behind the horizon, taking our confidence with it. And with our stomachs starting to rumble, we decided to call it a day and head to the Nelson pub for a good feed. The first hour we've been out, we haven't got any Jewies. There's only one place to come when you're in Nelson if you need some good advice, and that's the Nelson pub. I'm going to go see if Neil Shelton's available. He runs this pub and he's got his finger on the pulse in Nelson. Hopefully he can tell us something that's going to get us a Jewy tomorrow. And while we're in it, we might actually grab a feed as well. Neil.
Hey, Billy.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, very well. How are you?
Yeah, good. What's been happening?
Oh, just a bit of work.
Bit of work, been flat out?
Yeah, it's been very good.
I heard these Jewies have been going, mate. We got about an hour in just then, didn't get any. What's the story? Where am I going to find one?
Look, I don't think they've gone because the rain stopped, the river's cleared up a little bit. I'm thinking they might have moved up. So what I think you're going to have to do is just use your fish finder and come across them. Keep your eye up some big arches and go upriver, and you'd start from there, from the estuary, and you'd start working your way up past the bridge and just move around. You just move around, keep your eye out for arches. They're on the bottom, bang those metal vibes at them. If they've moved up a little bit, you know, try something else. But yeah.
Obviously, you're going to help everyone out with pretty much everything from meals to beers to accommodation. But looking around this pub, it's such an awesome old pub. There's some fantastic photos and things. Like, how long have you been a publican here, and what's the history behind this place?
Well, we've been here nearly 20 years, so we've been here a long time. The pub itself, 1855. Wow. You know, so it's old. The pub was bought by the guy that owned the punt, and then he turned it into a guest house.
Yep.
And I believe on staying here you could get refreshments.
Okay.
So I would think that would be an illegal hotel back in those days. And it's been a hotel ever since.
So there you go, viewers. If you're ever coming down to Nelson, make sure you give Neil Shelton a call, because he can help you with the whole process. He probably can't hook them for you, but he can probably tell you where to try, and hopefully tomorrow we might put some of this advice to good use, and hopefully I'll have one to show you tomorrow.
Well, I think Jerk is your man.
He is. All right, we'll get something to eat, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you, mate. Jerker couldn't get me a mull away, and now I'm angry.
Now you can save up to 60% on all of your camping and caravanning goods from the comfort of your own home with camperdeals.com.au. Register online today at camperdeals.com.au and save. From tents to sleeping bags, awnings to solar panels, hoses, hitches and towing gear. Camper Deals has it all and at prices you'll want to see to believe. When you register free online, you'll receive emails with the biggest discounts on a huge range of quality brands, all delivered right to your door. At Camper Deals, we understand the wants and needs of motorhome owners and campers alike, so you can be rest assured you'll find quality products that will make your trip all the more enjoyable. Take the hassle out of shopping and spend more time outdoors. Register free online now at camperdeals.com.au and save.
One of the things I love about Nelson is convenience, and there's nothing more convenient than the accommodation options Nelson has to offer. Doug and the girls at the BP at Nelson can help you out with some great accommodation. They have some self-contained units and also single motel rooms that are extremely cost effective and very comfortable. So next time you head down to Nelson for your holiday, make sure you give Doug and the girls a call at BP, because they will be able to help you out with some great accommodation that will ensure you enjoy your stay. Well, here we are, viewers. It's the next morning after the night that wasn't so successful. We got up really early, 4 o'clock this morning. Killed me. Nothing's happening as yet. Who knows? It's quite cold at the moment, but we're throwing those bigger VX45s in the bluegill colour like we showed you yesterday. So we'll keep persevering, and there's definitely fish on the sounder. If you look at the hummingbird sounder, there is absolutely fish stacked up. So hopefully one of them will jump on, but we'll just keep persevering and see what happens.
See some fish on the bottom there.
Yep.
Oh, Bill.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
Oh. Nah, it's
Brim.
not what we want. I think it's just a brim, but it feels okay. He's having a bit of a go. Might even be net worthy.
Oh, hang on, there's a bit of a flash. Oh, he's all right.
Oh, yeah, he's all right. Where was he when we were fishing the ABT comp?
Yep, bad one.
There we go. He is 29 and a half. There's no doubt that catching bream is fun, but when that rod loads up and you think it might be a mull away, and then a black bream comes to the surface, there's nothing more disappointing.
Oh, yep, Billy. Yep. Wait.
No, he's not bad. No, there's something there.
No Jew. No. Oh, not a bad bream. Oh dear. Yes, normally very excited about a bream like that, but we're hoping for a Jew this morning.
Yes.
Oh, got him?
Yep.
Yeah, quite often the bite of a bream and the bite of a big mulloway can be very similar.
Catching the first bream was disappointing. Catching the second bream was really frustrating. But when we caught the third bream and hooked it in the back and thought it was a Jewie, that was the final straw.
Got me going. Yeah. Oh, dearie me.
And then when you said yes, this, I thought, oh, it's got to be a horse of a bream.
Through the back. Yes, I'm not using him for live bait. That's where I hooked him. And when I first pulled on it, it felt like a lot of weight.
Yeah. With another window of opportunity gone, the morning was over. It was time to go and look for other fish. Yes, we were going to chase bream, but hopefully we could target them and it'd be more fun than catching them when we were chasing Jewies. Hey Jerker, I reckon there's some fish flashing up on that sand.
On that edge?
Yeah, see? Look.
Oh yeah? Oh right, too.
I reckon they're bream.
I reckon you're right, Billy.
Oh, I want to have a crack at them. It's bright sunshine, middle of the day, not really good for Jewies, but we thought we'd come down to the mouth of the Glenelg River and have a bit of a look around. We've come up this little backwater, which I thought we couldn't even get into. We've just been fishing this deeper edge, but as we've come up, there's this shallow sand flat, and there's actually some fish moving. I think they're bream or they could be bigger salmon, but we're going to actually go up and have a look. We've got our shallow diving jerkbait lures and going to throw it up on the sand flat and hopefully we can get one. It'd be absolutely awesome if we get them in such shallow water. So come along for the ride. Let's see if we can pull one of these bream off this flat. Right, there he is. There, he's on. He's on it, Jack. Yep.
Oh, nice, Bill.
He's gone miles back in there. Awesome. Just back that drag off a bit.
Yeah, he's not going to run you around anything in there, is he?
Nah, it's all good.
That's a good flash.
Yeah. Just on that nose.
Yeah, look at him spook off there.
I can't believe that. That's awesome. Alright. We might have to get a bit of a Jewie net, mate.
Yes. Haven't got the bream net. Get the Jewie net. Still on?
Yeah, mate. He's there. Yep. Oh, yep.
Yep, head up.
Yep. There he is. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, Bill. It's a good fish.
How much fun was that? Now he's probably going to stick in his net because these are ultra sticky nets. And he'd be legal easy.
Oh, yeah, he'd be good 30, I'd say.
Now that is the ultimate in lure fishing, when you see them and you can cruise up on them and actually get the cast in. That wasn't a bad cast.
Good work.
And you actually hook them up. How good's that? Your turn now. Well, before we let him go, we might put him in the live well. The beauty of having like a flow-right live well system on your boat is you can actually see if you can get a bag, so you can sort of pretend you're in a tournament situation. But hopefully we might even get a bag out of here, and if we get them all 5 of them, it'll be all right. So we'll put him in the flow-right tank and turn him on. He might have a chew on some of our liveys that we've got sitting in there as well.
We worked hard for those liveys, Bill.
But he can go and hang out there with the mullet.
Yeah, there's your rod, sir.
Thanks for netting that one, mate.
No worries, mate.
Well, we might give it a break for a minute, cruise down a little bit further, see if we can find him again. It's your turn, mate.
Sounds good.
When it comes to touring Australia in comfort and style, there's only one choice in flip-top camper trailers, and that name is Cub. With a history of Australian engineering, design and innovation spanning over 40 years, we know what's required to make your touring dreams come true. Our complete range of camper trailers range from sleek on-road models to rugged off-roaders. You can be assured that Cub has a great value camper for your next adventure. Australian canvas, Australian steel and Australian made. Cub.
How good do these rocks look, Jerker?
Yeah, it looks good. Looks like it drops off over there.
Looks brimmy too.
Oops.
There's a really good spot just coming up. There's some rocks dropping down into the water, and there might be some more brim there, who knows, but obviously we're not probably going to be able to see them like we saw them on the flats because it's a bit deeper and darker, but it looks good, so we might get another one. But it's so easy to forget we're actually here to catch dewies. We've just spent the best part of the afternoon chasing brim because it's absolutely awesome. I don't care what I'm catching, it's just too much fun. Let's see if we can get another one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hold the flash.
He's all right. Need him?
Yep, getting hit. Yeah, he's all right.
Oh, nice. He's all right.
Yep,
He's level.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
good stuff, mate.
there we go.
How fun's that? There you go, mate. One each.
That's good.
That's awesome. Because I'm glad that I got one, and I'm glad that Jerker got one, because now it's dewy o'clock.
I think it might be.
It's time to hit the dewy grounds, because on dusk is the time when those vibes work, yeah?
Hopefully.
All right, well, I reckon we might just put him in the well as well and get out of here, because we're on some shallow ground. It's pretty shallow, and we'll let them go in a bit deeper water. What do you reckon?
Yeah, why not?
They'll probably get eaten by a dewy if we don't. But Nelson, so much fun. The fact that you got dewies, but you've also got brim, and the brim is just the best part, I reckon. But nah, they're not really.
Wait till you catch a dew.
Yes, dewies.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
It's my night tonight. Let's go get one. All right, that was fun. I'm pumped. We've got about 2 hours of light left, and we've got to nail one of these mulloway. I just can't go home until I get one. We've got some brim in there that we're going to let go now. We don't need them anymore. We need all the space for the liveys because the dewies are on, and we've got to get one. So let's let these brim go, get something to eat, and get stuck into the mulloway. There we go. So they're back to go and terrorise some bait fish. We're about to go terrorise a big mulloway.
After we've terrorised a hamburger.
After we've absolutely demolished a hamburger.
The only thing better than this is going to be the dewy we're about to catch.
Good dewy food.
Hope the dewy's as hungry as us.
After those fantastic hamburgers, confidence was high as we headed out for the final session of the weekend. We had to hook a mulloway in this session or we were going home empty-handed. The first hour had gone by and we hadn't even hooked anything. Jerker and I looked at each other and thought, maybe this weekend it's just not meant to be. Cast after cast and no fish. As I daydreamed, casted one last time and thought I'd hook the bottom again. We've just hooked up to a dew and he might want to start because I've got no more line left. This is what we've been waiting for. We have been busting our butt for this for how long, Jerker?
Oh, too long, Bill.
And this is what we've been after. I've come through here about 3 or 4 times and I thought, and I've actually snagged up a couple of times and I thought I'd snagged up. Snags don't move this fast, Jerker.
No. How's that leader, Bill? What do you got on?
5, mate, it's 5 pound. I've only got a 5 pound leader because I was just worried about everything. The line is out. This thing has just basically almost taken all of my byline. I've had to get Jerker to jump on the Jerker to jump on the electric, the motor. I'm losing my mind. We're trying to chase this fish down because this is the fish of a lifetime for me. It was like someone just come past with a speedboat and just hooked the trebles. And if we can land this fish, get that net ready, but I don't think we're going to be landing it in a hurry. But this is just ridiculous. First Dewey for me. Even if I lose it, I'm going to be pretty happy, but I will cry on national television if I do lose this fish. So
The good thing about the Dew, unlike a bream will go for the snag, know where they are. Mulloway usually
just hang off him.
Will, you know, they might unintentionally cut you off if they go past something.
Just Jerker, do I need to back this drag
patience,
off?
No, just patience.
Just nice
You've got a
and
good,
easy.
nice working bend in the rod there. We've just got to be patient now, Bill. You've only got light leader.
Yeah.
Small hooks. It's not like we've got a big jig head or a livey hook in him. Oh, he was on something then. That was very fortunate. Bill, that was your lucky day, dude.
Mate, what was he on there?
I don't know. We've still got a lot more line out. He must have been around something.
Oh, the heart.
Oh, I thought we'd done him.
My heart just went a million miles an hour because I felt pop. And I thought...
It was all over.
It was all over. And I'm still... I'm giddy in the guts from that because I thought, no. And Jerkers, I was just about to swear at you, Jerker, for saying they don't intentionally stand you up. Oh, I see him. I see him. I see him. Have a look in the water. Oh, please don't go onto the boat.
How big was he, Bill? I didn't see.
He was, for me, the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. For you, maybe, oh, that's just a nice Jew. But for me, now we talk about tackle and like, you know, people don't like spending a lot of money on reels or rods for that matter. This is when the extra money you spend on a good reel, and like this Steez from Daiwa is not something you buy every day of the week. This is a special reel. It's, you know, pretty dear, but hopefully this is going to get the job done.
Introducing the new Nissan Navara ST 4x4, Australia's most powerful tradie, now with a more powerful 140 kilowatt turbo diesel. Impressive fuel economy. Our unique Utilitrack system now has 5 channels, the safety of stability control and 6 airbags, and split fold flip up rear seats. The powerful Nissan Navara ST 4x4 with stacks of new features from a strikingly low 42,888 drive away.
Mate, how good's this? We just come from catching those brim on the flats that we found, that little backwater. We thought that was great. That was so much fun, and we said it's Dewey o'clock, didn't we? We said it's Dewey o'clock.
Yep. Quite a big fish, Bill.
Just want you to go right up behind him and just net him. Please net him, Jerker. Just jump on him, Jerker. Please, Jerker. Oh, here he is, mate. He might have an hour. This is killing me, guys, because I can see him. Oh, here it is. He's got heaps, hasn't he? He's just saying, what have you got on there, Billy? You've got nothing on there, mate. He's saying 5 pound what? Where's my leader knot? Right there. Oh, here we go. He's on his side. He's on his side. He's on his side. Come on, here he comes.
Here he comes. Get that head up, Billy.
You reckon? I'm trying. I just can't. He's too strong, mate.
Oh, he's in the net.
Yeah! Woo! Mate, I can't believe it. We got him. Yeah! Hold up your fish.
Give him a cuddle.
Oh, that's bigger than a brim. Now, I can tell you that 6.4 kilos is my new PB. Do you know why? Because I've never caught a mulloway before. This is my first Dewey. what an awesome fish. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it, Jerker. This is phenomenal. All I have to say is, for the people that live in Victoria, and they jump on a plane and they head into state and they go and chase fish all over Australia, if you haven't done this first, you want to get yourself down to Nelson and come and chase dewies on brim gear, because this is absolutely phenomenal. Come and do this first and then go and do other stuff. You've got to look what's in your own backyard, but I could catch these things all day, and I wanna. And it's amazing, I was physically exhausted and it was just about time to call it quits and say, look, I've had enough. As soon as these fish hit lure, forgot all of that. The adrenaline's pumping. I have got a new lease on life. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. We've chased brim down at the Hopkins River. We got the brim, we got the perch. Jerk has just popped the idea in my head about, let's go and get a dewey. Let's get you your first dewey. Look, to be honest, halfway through today, I thought, I can't see me getting it. It just didn't feel like it was going to happen. The end of the day and the end of the show, I managed to hook this beast, and my arms physically sore holding him here. 6.5 kilos of beautiful Glenelg River mulloway. You can't get much better than that. And because you can't get much better than that, that is the end of our show. I'm going to go and have a drink, kick back, and I might go brag at the Nelson Hotel tonight that I managed to do what I wanted to do and catch a mulloway on a vibe for you guys at home. I'm going to go and puff my chest out now and brag a little bit, but until next time on Fishing Life, you look after yourself and we'll see you soon. The team at Fishing Life use only the best quality products, including Eco-Gear lures, Japanese technology made for Australian conditions, Trojan deep cycle batteries, Engel fridge freezers and generators, Flow-Right live oil systems, Daiwa rods and reels, Minn Kota electric motors, and Humminbird high definition sounders and GPS units. To find out more about these quality products, log on to www.vicbrimclassics.com.au.
We're at the METEC driver training facility talking about towing tips, caravanning, forward driving. Alan Peach, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
People are sometimes worried about their caravan getting a sway, and it has happened, of course, the caravan starting to sway on the open road. What's your advice to someone if they find themselves in that situation?
I would say that they've loaded the van wrong. They've got too much weight at the back.
Okay.
Too much weight on one side or the other. They need to have a 10% ball weight, and heavy things down low, jocks and socks up in the overhead cupboards.
And a slight bit of extra weight towards the front rather than the back.
Always to the front. 10% of the weight should go to the front. Otherwise, if it's at the back, that's when it will sway.
If it does start to sway, is there something you can do to overcome it?
Yes, you can reach down and use your electric brakes just by moving the manual lever.
Yep.
And that will then stop the back of the van from swaying. But if that's happened, check your load. Make sure the load is in the correct spot.
Is there something you shouldn't do? For example, hit the brakes on your own car very hard.
If you do that, the caravan can jackknife.
So you should avoid braking hard with your own vehicle.
If it has got the sway up. The other thing that you can do is fit sway controls to it.
So there is an extra device that you can fit if you're worried.
There's a couple of extra devices. There's a sway control, which is just on one side, or weight distribution hitch, which is on arms coming out to steady the load. It also needs to be that you'll see some people in their van, the van and car are like this. Safe towing, it needs to be level. And the weight distribution hitch brings it up to that level position. So these are the things that people have got to be aware of, that they need to do when they go out with a caravan on behind them.
Alan, thanks for your advice. Fantastic advice as always. Just another in our series on safe forward driving and towing.
relax. Dining out with familiar faces, watching the whole world go by. Eat, drink and relax.
Hello, I'm Bob Hart.
And I'm Naomi Robson, and welcome to the very first episode of Eat, Drink and Relax.
We're going to introduce you to some of life's greatest pleasures.
Absolutely, a job where we get to eat and drink right across the country. Look, Bob, it's a bit of work, but I reckon we're up to it, don't you?
Well, I'm pretty sure I can handle
We'll
it.
see some great spots. Come with us.
Eat, drink and relax.
The Yarra Valley, just over an hour's drive east of Melbourne, is the mecca of food and wine in Victoria. Lush vineyards blanket the quaint countryside, and let me tell you, if these trees could talk, they'd probably slur their words.
It doesn't get any better than this, does it? A winery in the Yarra Valley, it's beautiful. How did you end up here?
Well, if you go back to when my grandfather started the business back in 1928 in New South Wales, and he basically started with just a few acres of Shiraz, and he made wine at the time for a lot of the Italian migrants who were in the area who didn't like the traditional Australian sweet wine that
Well, it was all fortified stuff then, wasn't it?
It was all fortified. So he made the wine for his own consumption, received orders for it, and in the ensuing years would make some more wine, planted some more grapes, and now look at where we are.
Well, thank heaven for Italian immigration. I mean, it changed our lives, didn't it? I mean, we end up with something like this.
It's a great story, and there's more to come. The winery is also home to some rather, shall we say, different characters. And wait till you see who Bob meets next.
We also have a cheese shop.
A cheese shop?
Yes.
At a winery?
Yes. Don't you think
Why?
they go hand in hand?
Oh, well, absolutely. Wine and cheese works for me, but how do you come to have a cheese shop?
Well, it all started through a good friend of ours who's like the grandfather of cheese.
This is your cheesemaker?
This is him.
I've never seen a cheesemaker on wheels before. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Bob.
How are you, mate?
Hi, Richard.
Leanne.
I was just telling Bob about you.
Oh, really?
No, that's not quite true. She was warning me about you, Richard.
With good reason. I will show you what we affectionately call the lunatic factor when it comes to maturing cheese.
The lunatic factor?
Yeah.
The idea of sitting and talking about cheese is about as silly as sitting and talking about wine when you couldn't be drinking it. So perhaps we should visit your cheeses.
Come into our showroom and I'll show you the magic.
Richard Thomas is a legendary cheesemaker known throughout the world for his maturation skills. But he says it's his musical prowess that's a key to his success. I've got to see this.
Bowling Green.
No, Richard, please, now. What's the principle? What do you claim this does for cheese?
Soothes it.
It soothes the cheese. How could that soothe anything?
I don't know. Maybe cheese is made of different stuff to you. You can imagine a billy goat going for banjo music, can't you?
I can imagine a billy goat eating a banjo.
Well, while the boys are hard at it in the cheese room, I'm off to a cooking lesson. At De Bortley, it's not just about the wines. They also take their food very seriously. Look, I'm not a bad cook. I can do a mean roast chicken, but I'm certainly no gourmet guru. And I always seem to have had a problem with fish. So when the executive chef here at De Bortley told me we were going to be cooking trout for lunch today, I have to admit I was a little bit worried, especially as Bob's going to be my taste tester.
Here you are, Naomi.
Hey,
Let's get
the
cooking.
pressure's on. Whoops.
We've got a busy lunch.
Okay, Tim, show me the way. First stop, the garden.
Well, we're doing a lovely local trout from Buxton, and there's nothing better than...
Can I climb in on here?
You can, just be careful of your lunch.
Someone's lunch? Yeah.
So I think these herbs will just go really, really nicely.
What's this?
Well, this is just a bit of parsley, you know, a little bit of a classic
Okay.
garnish there. But over here we've got something a little bit more unique.
These are just weeds, right?
They are just weeds, but they're really tasty weeds. And I actually think you should have a go.
You think?
Try that, see what you think.
Are you sure? It's not going to taste really nasty and bitter and...
No.
Playing a trick on me already.
Have a go, tell me what you think.
Yum.
It's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's delicious. Really good.
That's a goat cheese. The goats I assure you, the nannies have still got the surprised look on their face when that cheese is being made.
That is fantastic.
Acidity, salt, and solubility.
And what does marinating it in oil do for it?
Well, they've been only doing it, I know, in the Middle East for about 10,000 years to date.
They're just getting the hang of it.
Yeah, they are. And olive oil, the olives produce an anti-fungal thing in their skin, which ends up in extra virgin olive oil and stops cheese from going off.
Some of the world's finest cheeses are matured here under the expert guidance of Richard and his banjo. If you like cheese, you really must come for a visit. He's a great character, and you just haven't tasted cheese until you've tasted his.
Like that, my baby?
Each to their own, I suppose, but let's face it. There's method in his madness, and the cheeses are to die for. It may be hard to believe, but you actually do work up an appetite in this line of work. So I wonder how Naomi is going with my lunch.
I reckon by the end of this I could be a good cook. You never know. I hope.
Well, that's yet to be seen.
Don't go away, because after the break, we'll see how she stacks up.
Eat, drink and relax.
Life meets style. Introducing the 2012 Nissan Dualis.
Eat, drink and relax.
Okay, look at that. Just right in the centre there.
Okay.
Just make sure it's closed up. It's seasoned, it's stuffed.
Yep.
Now the top. What's going to happen here, even though we're baking it, is what's actually happening is we're going to be steaming the fish in the salt. All this salt that we're putting over it is the fish is protected by the skin. So it's you could be using other things. You could be using a pastry. You could be using clay, and there you go. Off to the oven.
Thank you. I'm sure Bob will appreciate this.
Straight in there. It's very hot. Fantastic.
Slide them in.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, so mayonnaise.
Yep. Just a different variation on mayonnaise. It's actually going to be an aioli. Okay, so a garlic mayonnaise. Just it's normal mayonnaise, a little bit of fresh garlic, local garlic, Australian garlic. You know, it hasn't been fumigated. I can go on about it for hours. It's really, really good.
Very passionate about his garlic, he is.
Do you like garlic?
I love garlic.
Okay, it goes quite well with this dish, so we might go at least 2. And we can always add more at the end.
Get down to the point before you start grating your hands.
Yeah, fingertips aren't in this recipe.
Getting some muscles here already. Looks easy, but this is a heavy whisk.
It is a... It's the camera whisk.
You know what? This is hard work.
It is actually.
I'm really working up a...
I'm working up a sweat watching.
Thank you. It's really thickening up too.
It is, isn't it? That's great.
And how does that look now?
Looks like we're halfway. Left arm. That's what it's there for.
Swabbing arms. Okay. Oh, I'm a bit gammy with the left arm. We're finally there.
Well done, well done. Okay, so this is rock solid, this crust.
Oh.
You can see how all that moisture just stays inside once it
absolutely.
sets like that. Okay, so we need to take the crust off here.
Okay.
Okay, got this lovely trout here ready to go. Now the unveiling of the flesh. We're going to just...
Oh, I'm glad you're doing this. I'm so glad you're doing this.
I'm just going to show you one side.
Oh, no.
Next one's for you.
Okay, I'm up for it.
Just feel with your finger if there's any there.
Okay.
I think you've actually done such a good job, you've left most of them behind.
I think that was your one, though.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to say that.
You're really kind. Very charitable. It may look easy, but it's actually quite a challenge. There's just the cauliflower and lentil dish and the salad to go. Then it's crunch time. This is where I really need a lot of guidance. So plating up is an area I'm not good at.
Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of my my little secret ingredient here. Just
okay.
We don't have to give all my recipes away.
Oh, that's not fair. Come on. Fess up. What is it?
It's just a little bit of reduced stock.
These look like paintings.
It's Japanese. It's actually
yeah, no,
Japanese.
It looks like Japanese.
And then to finish, is an all good Italian cookery.
Yeah. Oh,
Splash
look
of
at that.
really good local olive oil to finish.
It's a work of art, Tim. It looks fantastic. Now I'm getting nervous because we've got to put this in front of Bob. Are you nervous too?
I'm very confident.
Okay,
I'm confidently nervous.
Okay, let's go then. Hi there, Bob.
Hi, Naomi.
There we go.
Wow.
Get that on the table there for you.
Okay.
Leanne? Ooh. There we go. Okay.
Fantastic.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. I'd give you a job any day, Naomi.
Absolutely brilliant. What a lovely summer dish.
He's done such a great job, and it's such an incredible combination of ingredients, isn't it?
Wow. Fantastic.
But I tell you what, Bob, he would not tell me what this sauce was.
Sure, I'll tell you later.
Okay. Because Bob knows.
Yeah, please come and join us, Chef.
Thank you. Well, really, minor apprentice, I'd have to say. Phew, I am so glad Bob liked his lunch. Cooking and eating that super fresh produce was a great experience, and I wouldn't mind spending more time in the kitchen. There's nothing like Tim's expert advice, but after such a beautiful lunch, it's time to burn some of it off, and a gentle stroll should do it. It's a very family-friendly area, isn't it?
Oh, very much is. There's lots of wineries, but also there are a lot of other attractions as well for people who have families. For instance, there's a wonderful wildlife sanctuary that's not far from here called the Hillsville Sanctuary.
Yes, of course. It's fantastic.
And Puffing Billy, which is up in the Dandenongs.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Puffing Billy is the world's most famous steam engine. And each year, 250,000 people come from here and abroad to travel on the historic train as it weaves its way up the Dandenong Ranges. Now, who doesn't remember visiting this iconic attraction as a school kid? Hanging your legs over the carriage rails. Puffing Billy has also got in on the Wining and Dining Act. And this afternoon, we're the gourmet guinea pigs.
Good afternoon. Can I offer you some wine?
That would be lovely. Thank you, Eamon.
Have to lift the glasses, the rolling of the train.
Is this the Orient Express by any chance?
It's as good as the Orient Express, not
Very
quite.
civilised, isn't it?
It's a beautiful way of eating some very, very good local food with probably some of the best scenery in Victoria rolling past your window.
Absolutely.
A feature coming on the train is that we can feature our local produce to our visitors and people like yourselves.
Okay, does your driver cook wood-fired pizza by any chance?
He does. Very, very good wood-fired pizza.
On the engine.
Have your own
Look at
for you.
this.
Oh, wonderful.
What do we
homemade
have?
vegetable soup
Lovely.
and a trio of dips.
Ah,
Yum,
soup for the
me.
girls, dips for the boys.
I had no idea
Nor did I.
that you could get
Eating
food
on
service
Puffing Billy.
on Puffing Billy. It's fantastic.
What'll they think of next?
It's a long way from when I was a kid and we just used to hang our legs out the side of the train and have a couple of sandwiches that Mum had made.
I must get up here more
And that
often.
is the thing, isn't it? You do forget the Puffing Billies
Of course
here,
you do.
isn't
You
it?
take it for granted because you live here. I'm going to be coming
It's
up
not
again.
just for kids, for
No, no.
instance, because people think it's just for the children, but in fact,
Much
you know,
too good for the
adults like
children.
us can-
No.
Yeah. We can go and dangle our legs out of the car later anyway, can't we?
I might do that.
I think we have
I'll
to.
take my shoes off.
Puffing Billy's dining car is proving a hit with the public, and it's easy to see why. The food is great and the experience won't hurt the hip pocket.
Tiramisu was what Casanova used as a pick-me-up.
Did he really?
I'm in need of that right about now, I think.
I'll just call you Casanova then.
It's working already.
This grand old dame of the tracks has just celebrated her 100th birthday. But one thing's for sure, age hasn't wearied her, and it doesn't matter if you're young or old, it's never too late for a trip.
Most Australians love a drink, and sometimes even two, but let's face it, not many of us have the luxury of having our own cellar.
G'day, Ben.
Andrew.
Thanks for coming round, mate.
Pleasure, nice to meet you.
No worries.
I hear you have a little bit of a problem.
I do. I got given a bottle of Grange. I know it's an expensive bottle of wine and a bottle of wine that needs to be protected and looked after for 10 years, I suppose. I don't have a cellar. It's living under my stairs at the moment. What am I going to do with it?
I reckon I've got the solution to your problem.
Fantastic.
Show me where it is.
Brilliant.
Ta-da. Ta-da. Okay, so there's the wine under the stairs. We have a water heater, which is probably not the best friend for your wine in here. One of the things that we need to look for when we're looking for the perfect place to store wine is a constant temperature environment. And unfortunately with a water heater, the temperature is going to be too high. Sometimes under the stairs can be good, but it needs to be dark and for the constant temperature to be there. The other thing that we can notice here, and if we look down at the bottle, is that the Grange, which is an absolutely beautiful bottle of wine and will last for 25, 30 years under the right cellaring conditions, is standing upright. And because it's got a cork in it, that cork may dry out if it's standing upright, so it needs to be lying down. From there, we've got to find a better environment for it, and it's certainly not going to be next to the water heater.
All right, mate, so here's the bedroom. Is there anywhere suits in here?
Well, just looking around to begin with, you know, nice thick walls. It's quite dark, not too much natural light. Pretty good environment for storing wine. You might just hold this for me, this little baby. I get a lot of these because people send wine to me, but they're actually pretty easy to get your hands on. They only cost you a few bucks. Look around. Google machine's always pretty good for that. Because it's made of polystyrene, it's going to insulate the wine beautifully. It's going to stop the fluctuation of temperature, but it also protects it from light and also a little bit from vibration. So light, vibration and excessive heat and cold are the things that are really bad for wine. So all you have to do, open up the bottle box, put the bottle in, seal it up. If you want to try and keep your hands off it for a little bit longer, tape it up. Just a little bit of extra incentive not to go into the bedroom for the wrong reasons. And then just stick it under the bed and try and find, hopefully, try and find the darkest, coolest place under the bed, which is probably closer to the middle. And that's your problem solved.
That's
and
it.
that wine should last a good 10 years and probably even more.
You're a good man.
My pleasure.
After the break, we meet the famous actor who swapped the small screen for beer and Skittles. And you'll never believe which famous Australian sung for her supper from this very establishment.
Eat, drink and relax.
Some people are always on the lookout for treasure, and some are lucky enough to find it. The new Nova Treasure Caravan, an absolute masterpiece of Australian engineering and manufacturing that has to be seen to be believed. 3 models, all beautifully finished, that can have easy interior upgrades at prices that are really affordable. You won't have to dig too deep to find this treasure, the new Nova Treasure. Check out our website today.
Eat, drink and relax.
Alison White and her husband Fred Whitlock escaped the rat race and now run the Yarra Glen Grand Hotel. By day, Alison plays a screen siren in the provocative series Satisfaction, but when she knocks off from that job, it's home to the hotel.
So, Bob, this is one of our premium rooms.
Wow, it certainly is.
Yeah, people like staying here because of, I don't know, the original furniture. It's got a nice sort of level of comfort and stuff.
How original.
Well, this is one of the original beds from 1888 when it was first built.
Fantastic. So it's not a set from Satisfaction.
No, it's not a separate.
Like it should be.
And we have changed the linen since 1888 as well.
Very pleased to hear that. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's something wonderful about staying in a pub. Do you find that?
Yeah, it's got a lot of atmosphere and a good sense of fun, I think.
While Bob's road testing the accommodation with Alison, Fred and I get down to the serious business of, you guessed it, the bar. Now, obviously, this is a pub, but you do focus a lot on the local wines. And there is this perception that wines can, you know, people who are into wines are a bit snobby.
Wine's not for snobs. Wine's a lovely thing. You can drink something for $3 or $4 a glass. It's absolutely a cracker, and you can spend some really big money. I'm always into value.
Yeah.
And I don't think some of the premium wines are good value, to be honest. I think you're paying for the marketing and everything else. There are so many small and interesting boutique winemakers here, and there's some great stuff happening. There's like all sort of areas. There's some not so great stuff happening, but we select the best of the best as far as we're concerned. And
well, give it a shot. Why not? Looks good. Nice colour.
Yeah, it is. And look,
Are you going to join me?
Yeah, look, I might as well.
I think you should. Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Fred. Thank you. That is beautiful.
It's absolutely stunning. It is. It's much more European in its
it is, isn't it?
approach. The oak's very subtle. It's just a beautiful, beautiful wine.
Pubs are not usually thought of as family friendly. Is this the sort of place you could come with kids?
Well, this pub has to be family friendly, Bob, because I've got 3.
That's friendly.
If I want to come out for a meal, I want my kids to be entertained.
Yes.
I want them to have their meals on the table quickly.
Yes.
And I want to have a good, healthy meal that's not going to cost the earth.
Even in the early years, famous Australians came to stay.
Well, Bob, this room is known as the Melba Suite.
Ah, perfect.
We have a picture of Dame Nellie Melba on the wall.
Loved her.
Because she actually sang from this balcony.
This balcony?
This very balcony. So
Wow.
yeah.
Can I have a look?
I'll show you the view.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. That is a cracker.
After the break, you'll never guess what we catch the winemaker doing back at De Bortley. Stay tuned.
Eat, drink and relax.
Now you can enjoy more of Australia for a fraction of the cost with your What's Up Down Under Travel Saver card. It's the smarter way to travel. Save on restaurants, car hire, activities, tours and much, much more with your Travel Saver card. This is the only card you will need to save on your everyday lives and when next travelling around Australia. At only $49, you'll recover the cost of your card in no time. So buy online today and you'll also receive 12-month subscription to our What's Up Down Under magazine with bonus DVD. Get your Travel Saver card today and start saving.
Well, we've learnt a lot, haven't we? It's the end of a long day.
Long and demanding, I think. Very long and demanding, but fantastic.
Well, you learnt about the cheeses and...
I learned about the correlation between banjos and cheeses, which is very important.
Which is extraordinary.
Oh, yes. And you learn about making things from weeds.
I know, from weeds.
Making
and
garlic mayonnaise.
That's right, which was so delicious.
Fantastic.
And of course, the great thing about being in a winery is you get to speak to the winemaker.
Get the expert.
And a winemaker who is drinking beer. It's sacrilege.
What's going on?
Steve?
Do you want one? Or?
I would love one, but you know what? I'm here for the wine, man.
Okay.
We'd love some of your wine.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yay.
You don't play the banjo, do you, Steve?
No.
Oh, okay.
So tell us about this fabulous wine that you have here.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a Nouveau Shiraz, and it's actually sort of whole bunch fermented, so it's quite similar to Beaujolais, and it's meant to be sort of medium-bodied and delicious, and you can either drink it slightly chilled.
Yeah.
On a hot day,
Nice.
and on a cool day, room temperature's fine. But it's just meant to be early drinking, easy, delicious.
And you drink it immediately?
Yeah, of course.
So why
How
don't
about
we
now?
drink it
Sure.
immediately? Bob and I.
I could happily drink that all day. I mean, what's left of it.
Yes, exactly. Well, it tastes very pricey. Is it affordable?
Yeah, well, look, it sells for about $13 to $14 at retail.
That's what I call affordable. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
Wow.
certainly with a lot of the stuff we're doing, it really is your God-given right to drink delicious wine at 13 to 14 bucks.
Absolutely, Steve.
Every day, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Especially at this time of the day.
I think so. Breakfast, too.
Why not?
Yeah, look, there's a great line which people use, they call it sort of early drinking wine.
Yes.
And we sort of, take that to another level and start at 10 a.m.
That's right, or even 9:30. I think that's an early drinking wine. I might give it a crack tomorrow.
Oh.
wonderful.
Very, very enjoyable, just like the whole day, Steve.
Yeah, thank
Thanks.
you so much.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed it.
That's wonderful.
Well, we do hope you've enjoyed our first episode of Eat, Drink and Relax.
Because we certainly have. It's been quite fantastic. So much to see, to do, to eat, to drink. To drink. Yeah, I think we're going to have to come back.
We definitely will, so make sure you tune in next week and you'll never believe what we find as we eat, drink and relax.
Eat, drink and relax.
That's a take.
Life meets style. Introducing the 2012 Nissan Dualis.
Welcome to Blah Blah Cheltenham. My name's Phil and I'm going to show you how to make satay sauce. Over the years I've been asked plenty of times how to make it and our customers absolutely love it. I'm going to show you a very basic way to make it, and it's made with 4 basic ingredients. What we have here is the first ingredient, and this is paramount. This is the Jimmy satay. This is available from most Asian groceries. Don't go for any other brand. This is the one that gives you a nice spice and texture throughout the whole dish. The second one, coconut cream. Third one is peanut butter. You can use peanut butter from any supermarket, smoothie or crunchy, whatever your preference is, it doesn't matter. And the next major ingredient is water. So first of all, what you do is empty this into a container. I've prepared one here earlier. Just empty it all out. There's the coconut cream, which I've also taken out of the packet. What we do is add about 3 major tablespoons of peanut butter into the Jimmy satay. Mix that in thoroughly. Make sure it's all nice and mixed through. You can also give it some further mixing once it's been cooked in the pot. Take about 800 ml of water, add that to your pot. Of course, turn that on and bring that to the boil. Once that's heated up, make sure you don't put the coconut cream in too early because it can tend to burn on the bottom of the pot. If you're going to put it in early, you have to make sure you stir it. So the best way to do it is bring it to the boil, add your coconut cream, and then just let it simmer down slowly. Once that's fully dissolved throughout the liquid, we then add the Jimmy satay with the coconut mix, with the peanut butter, and then mix it all together. And that, my friends, is basically it.
Some people are always on the lookout for treasure, and some are lucky enough to find it. The new Nova Treasure Caravan, an absolute masterpiece of Australian engineering and manufacturing that has to be seen to be believed. 3 models, all beautifully finished, that can have easy interior upgrades at prices that are really affordable. You won't have to dig too deep to find this treasure, the new Nova Treasure. Check out our website today.
Now you can enjoy more of Australia for a fraction of the cost with your What's Up Down Under Travel Saver card. It's the smarter way to travel. Save on restaurants, car hire, activities, tours and much, much more with your Travel Saver card. This is the only card you will need to save on your everyday lives and when next travelling around Australia. At only $49, you'll recover the cost of your card in no time. So buy online today and you'll also receive 12-month subscription to our What's Up Down Under magazine with bonus DVD. Get your Travel Saver card today and start saving.